Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fall 2021 Employing U.S. Vets Conference. I am George Altman, Managing Director at Vets Indexes. This is our fifth time hosting this semi-annual event, and this is our biggest Vets Conference ever, with about 950 attendees registered, an absolutely incredible number. Thank you all so much. I know many of you have attended this conference previously. To all of you, thank you so much for your continued engagement and support. And we also have a lot of people joining us for the first time. Thanks and welcome to all of you. A special thank you to the amazing slate of speakers that we have lined up for this event. They come representing companies large and small, federal agencies, nonprofit veteran service organizations, universities, organizations of all types. They are going to provide a lot of unique perspectives and valuable ideas related to veteran employment. And of course, we have to give special recognition to our conference sponsors. Without them, none of this would have been possible. They are at the gold sponsor level, Opera Next, Mass Mutual, and USAA. Our lounge sponsors are Comcast, NBC Universal, and Oracle. At the bronze sponsor level, we have Spectrum, and our Amerivet Securities, Drexel Hamilton, ETF Global, Jacobs Engineering Group, and Robertson Ryan. So to get things started, I want to give you guys a quick overview of what we're going to cover during today's conference. And, to sort of ground the discussion, this is a unique event in the veteran employment landscape. This is something that is a conference that's not directed actually toward the transitioning veteran. A lot of these events, veteran employment events, the intended audience is the veteran transitioning out of the military, and it's a job fair or work skills workshop. Here, the intended audience is actually you, the organization leader seeking to recruit, retain, or support veteran and military-connected employees. So we are going to hopefully have a lot of concrete, actionable ideas for you and should hopefully get a lot out of it. So following my remarks this morning, we're going to have a keynote address from Sean Stevenson, a program manager for strategic military veteran outreach and recruiting at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. He has a great story and some really interesting items to talk about. So I'm very excited to hear from Sean. The day is then going to feature 3 panels on the main stage, as well as 4 breakout sessions where you just pick the 2 breakouts that are most relevant to your organization. We're going to cover a bunch of topics. I'm not going to list them all here, but they range from veteran underemployment to improving tracking of veteran employees, military spouse issues, Guard Reserve issues, a lot more. So looking forward to a great day. Let's do some introductions first, though. I know most of you, and you know me and Vets Indexes. But as I mentioned, we do have a fair number of folks joining us for the first time. So for their benefit, let me give kind of a quick introduction of Vets Indexes, my organization, who we are and what we do. So the first, we have basically 3 major initiatives. The first of those is what you're attending right now, the Employing U.S. Vets Conference. Secondly, we are also in the financial sector as an independent provider of ESG indexes, specifically of publicly traded companies that are leaders in veteran employment. So if you come from the world of finance, you probably were tracking and understood everything I just said. If you don't, it might not have made a lot of sense. So let me spend a little more time giving an explanation there. ESG investing is investing that in addition to trying to create returns on your investment, also seeks to affect some positive change in the world, either in the areas of the environment, E, society, S, or corporate governance, G. So our slice of that is veteran employment, which touches the S, the good that is done to society when veterans are hired, and the G, the good to corporate governance that veteran employees can bring to an organization. the basic theory of our investment case is that veterans are a uniquely valuable human resource that come with, world-class technical training from the U.S. military, uh, very important soft skills like leadership, teamwork, punctuality, responsibility that are essential in any critical employee. They are very talented employees that can bring a lot of benefit to organizations, but for a variety of reasons, a lot of organizations fail to, really take the most advantage of that talent pool that they can because, perhaps they have some misconceptions about the veteran population. Perhaps they don't speak the language. They don't know the jargon. They don't know the military occupational specialty codes. So we found that organizations that are able to kind of overcome those hurdles not only help the veterans they hire, but ultimately help their own bottom lines because those employees, those veteran employees, can bring tremendous value to their business. So that's our financial piece. And last but certainly not least, the third kind of major initiative that we have at Vets Index is related to veteran employment data, where we have two of our newest initiatives that I want to talk about: the Vets Index's Employer Awards and the Veteran Employment Benchmarking Service. These items are going to be, I think, really relevant to a lot of the folks attending today's event. So I'm going to take just a couple minutes to talk about them in a little more depth. So the Vets Index's Employer Awards is a survey and recognition program that evaluates organizations' veteran programs, policies, and outcomes, compares what organizations are doing, and awards the very best with different award levels. And I am going to start a screen share right now if I'm able to. This page is kind of our main landing page for the Vets Index's Employer Awards. You guys should hopefully be able to see this URL, vetsindexes.com/employer-awards. You can visit this page yourself, and we should be getting that link into chat as well, so you can just click it from there. But the first thing I want to show you here is how to sign up for these awards. All you need to do is visit this page and then fill in this yellow box with your information, and you will get an invitation to participate. Now is actually the perfect time for us to be talking about this because we are about to launch our second annual survey for the Vets Index's Employer Awards. That's going to come out in just a couple of weeks, Monday, November 1st. So now is the perfect time to register. Important to emphasize, this is for organizations of all types. Publicly traded companies, privately held corporations, government agencies, universities, nonprofit groups, law enforcement. Bottom line, if you're an organization for whom veteran employment is important, this survey is for you. I want to give you guys a few kind of important details about our survey so you have a better understanding of it. First is the approach that we take. And that is an approach that I think is a little different from some of the other veteran employment surveys out there in that we try very hard to keep this survey objective, data-focused, numbers-based. Most of the questions in the survey are asking for specific data points. Some other veteran employment surveys out there just kind of ask you to write a nice little essay about how much your organization likes veterans, and whoever's essays they like the best, they get the best awards. From our perspective, that really doesn't dig into the level of granular detail that you need to get a really good understanding of what organizations are doing for their veteran employees. So we're focused on hard data that can allow us to draw apples to apples comparisons. Also important to emphasize, the survey is very brief. It's a lot shorter than other veteran employment surveys out there. Can be completed in just a few hours. Won't be a huge time suck for you. Next, confidentiality. This is one of the most important things for me to emphasize related to the survey. We ask a lot of in-depth questions, and we ask some questions that I think organizations would rightly have some concerns if all of the data they provided in the survey were to be published. I think a lot of organizations might consider that proprietary information that they wouldn't want their competitors to see. That's something we understand completely, and for that reason, we will never publish any information that you enter in the survey. The only information we could publish about your organization are, first, if you're recognized with an award, the award level you're recognized with, number one. Number two, the name of your organization, and number three, your organization's logo. That is it. And finally, this survey entire process is free of charge from start to finish. No charge to register to fill out the survey, no charge to fill out the survey, no charge to have your response evaluated, no charge to receive an award. And here's what really separates us. Unlike most of our competitors, we have absolutely no charges or licensing fees if you win an award to use the logo associated with your award. We think, bottom line, it's very important that the Vets Index's employer awards and their associated logos are something that you earn based on what you do for veterans, not something that you can buy. We think that's very important. So I mentioned we're about to launch the second annual survey. That also means that we completed the first one. So for organizations that are less familiar with this program, let me just give some recognition to our winners. This page, which you can also visit yourselves, vetsindexes.com/employer-awards-results. If you scroll down, you can see our 2021 awardees, and I will show them to all of you. So we have 4 different award levels, starting with the most prestigious. They are the Vets Index's 5-star employers, which you can see here, followed by the Vets Index's 4-star employers, Vets Index's 3-star employers, and finally the Vets Index's recognized employers. So a big congratulations to all of our 2021 awardees. One other item that I'd like to show you, if you're curious and would like some more information about how we do this evaluation, I would encourage you to visit our methodology page, vetsindexes.com/employer-awards-methodology, which lays out our process. There's some text describing it, and here is where we give an overview of our 5 major evaluation categories and what we're looking at in them. To save time, I'm not going to read all this to you, but would very much encourage you to visit the website and learn a little more about the program. So I had mentioned we have kind of 2 new initiatives. The first is what I was just talking about, the Vets Index's employer awards. The second is the Veteran Employment Benchmarking Service. And this is something that, I've been in the veteran employment space for about a decade. I've never seen anything like this. I think this is the most groundbreaking, innovative program that I've seen and can be really valuable. So, the bottom line, what this does is it gives you the ability to, in a very detailed and granular fashion, compare how your veterans program stacks up with other organizations, as well as your peer organizations as well. And it does this for almost every question in the survey, and even beyond that, almost every sub-question within the survey, every answer option. So let me show you guys a little bit to kind of give you a flavor of what this looks like. Now, important to mention here again before I get into this, that our confidentiality pledge very much applies here, the same as it applies everywhere else. All of the data behind this is aggregate and anonymized. So bottom line, no organization will ever see or figure out any other organization's responses. They can only see their own as individual numbers, and all the other comparative data is aggregate. But that being said, I think that knowing exactly where your veteran program surpasses your competitors and where it may lag behind, can provide very valuable information as you decide how to spend your limited resources on your veterans program. So a few quick items that I just want to show you guys associated with our benchmarking service. This first thing you're looking at is essentially our table of contents. It shows some, not all, of the metrics that we cover here. It's probably a little less than half of the metrics that you're seeing. But this functions basically as a table of contents that lets you see just quickly at a glance how your veterans program stacks up with other organizations. You'll notice there are different colors here. This is a heat map where the green shades indicate an area where your organization would be leading. Orange and red indicate areas where your organization may be lagging other organizations. And the yellow is right when you're in the middle. So that gives you just kind of a quick at-a-glance look. But I think the real value of this service is when we're able to dig into the question details. So I'm going to show you all an example of that. And this is from one of the earlier questions in our survey that's focused on employee populations. And I should emphasize here, all the data we're looking at is sample data, not specific to any organization, just kind of to give you an idea of the capabilities here. But what you can do is you can see how your organization's response, in this case, the percentage of new hires that veterans represent compares with other organizations. That's our overall average there. And your peers, that would be organizations with a similar structure and similar size to you all. And I mentioned this isn't just a question by question thing. We can also go even deeper answer option by answer option. So you can see the number for veterans, protected veterans, disabled veterans, Guard Reserve members, military spouses. And it works this way throughout our survey. So that should give you an idea of the kind of level of granular detail we're able to provide. That first one was a data question. Here's how it looks on multiple choice questions, where you can compare how your organization's responses look on the left to what the overall respondent field is doing, as well as what your peers are doing. And we're running short on time, so I just want to show you one last item here, and that is this really cool stacked bar chart, which gives comparative information showing how veterans are interspersed throughout your organization, whether they are kind of stuck in lower level positions represented by the orange and the red here, or whether they are making their way to higher positions represented by the light green and the blue here. So as you can see, there are a lot of details that we are able to get into here. And I should emphasize our basic benchmarking review is offered completely free of charge to all survey respondents. Honestly, I think it's one of the best benefits to participating in the survey is, getting your hands on this data. But do please keep in mind that you are going to need to fill out the Vets Index's Employer Awards survey in order to have comparative data for us to look at in that benchmarking. Again, our second annual survey launches Monday, November 1st, so now is the perfect time to sign up. Just go to vetsindexes.com/employer-awards.